Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another adventure with Josh. My name's Josh, and today we are working on the bulldozer that you're sitting on right now. So maybe get off, would you? It's a 1974 Allis Chalmers HD4. It's a beautiful old diesel machine, and we're going to try and get her up and running here in the next few weeks. So the scope of our work here today is to get the fuel pump eventually to work, and in order to get this beautiful fuel pump to work, we're going to have to move these arms. These big old arms are in the way, and the only way we can move them without getting the machine running is to lift them up with that there machine. And so first we're going to knock the pins out here, and then we'll be able to remove the bucket. We'll bring that machine over, cut down these trees, put it right here, and then we'll use the chains and the rear arm of that machine to lift the arms of this machine, which will hopefully give us some access to the cowling so we can remove that and eventually get to work on the fuel pump itself. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date and see more of this if you find this sort of thing amusing. If you don't, have a wonderful day anyway. So we're going to go ahead and try knocking those pins out now. See if they'll budge. If they do, then I'll go find something to knock them all the way out with. Let's see if they budge. Ooh, that one's moving. Oh, I got movement there. So these are moving. That's a good sign. Now I have to go find something. I wonder if I'll find anything out this way. What I'm looking for is a length of copper pipe. Oh, there we are. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. There we go. With any luck, this will work. There's all kinds of dirt just caked in here from years and years of neglect. So there seems to be quite a bit of load on a couple of these pins, and so I'm going to have to jack up the arms to get the pins out. Nice. Yes. And that's pin number 4. So we have to get the old backhoe running so I can move it out of the way and cut down that birch there and that cedar there. There's a second cedar in behind. And the idea is that I want to park the tractor back this way so that the boom here can get all the way over top of about where the bucket is on the bulldozer. And then I'll be able to jack up those arms. So now we're going to cut down a few trees. You're wearing eye protection and hand protection and foot protection when you cut down trees. Really, I should have a hard hat on and earmuffs, but don't tell anyone. today we are going to do some tinkering with the bulldozer, a few steps that need to be taken before the lift. The first thing that I need to do is remove this cowling here, or attempt to remove this cowling. This is bolted on with 6 bolts in different places. There's 2 of them. There's another one down there and 3 on the other side. And I got to take this off for the exhaust, and the intake air, unfortunately, it's welded on, so I'm going to have to cut that off. And then I'll be able to get the cowling off, and I'll undo some of the bolts for the lower plates that are down there too. Yeah! Yes! Good! Good! That comes from Palpatine, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I've been saying it for years. Now for a little bit of movie magic. Oh, and that was my hand. Not sure if you can make it out, but my wrench is stuck down there. Caution, do not use air heater with starting fluid. Do not use starting fluid unless engine is cranking. So we are foiled. Unfortunately, there is no other cutting disc to cut off the air intake. So as a result, I am going to be making an impromptu trip to Canadian Tire. We've arrived at Canadian Tire. So we are here at Canadian Tire where it is completely empty. We're just going to pick up some grinder discs. Oh look, they're right over here. That was not planned. Okay, so we've got the grinding discs and the universal wrench and popcorn. And then there's this guy. Don't know what that's all about, but happy days. All right, so we've got the exhaust off and the intake off, and with that we should be able to lift the cowling right up and off of here. This thing hasn't been open in 30 years, so let's have a look and see what we are dealing with. Oh, look at that. Oh, off on the first try. Nice. Well, there you have it. Look at that. She's not that filthy. She's a lot better than I was expecting. But this is going to make my life a hell of a lot easier when dealing with the fuel pump underneath. Good. She's out. She's on. Nice. Yes, indeed. folks, we got the arms up on the blocks, and from now we can go ahead and start work on the engine. This is what I was trying to accomplish. We've got the arms are up, and now the access to the engine is unparalleled. So join us next week as we get down to business with the Rosamaster fuel injection pump. It hasn't been delivering any fuel to any of the 4 injectors, and so our plan is to get that pump running come hell or high water.